Imagine living in a kingdom where looking directly at your king could bring severe punishment. A ruler so sacred that ordinary people lowered their eyes whenever he appeared. A king believed to stand between the world of humans and the world of spirits. This sounds like legend, but in parts of Africa, it was reality. And the story behind these sacred kings is one of the most fascinating chapters in African history. Long before he wore a crown, the future king was seen as different. Royal elders watched him closely. Priests interpreted signs surrounding his birth. Many believed he had been chosen long before he ever ruled, not merely to govern people, but to protect the spiritual balance of the kingdom.
When the day of coronation arrived, the kingdom gathered. Songs echoed through the air.
Drums thundered across the land. The new king was not seen as an ordinary man.
From this moment forward, he became the living symbol of the kingdom itself.
African royal rules were strict. In some traditions, common people avoided staring directly at the ruler. The king represented more than political power. He embodied sacred authority. Respect for the throne was essential. This was essential to maintaining order. Behind palace walls, life was carefully controlled. Servants, advisors, warriors, and priests all had specific duties.
Every movement followed ancient traditions. Every ceremony reinforced the king's sacred position.
But who was this king? And where did such traditions exist? To find the answer, we must travel to one of Africa's greatest kingdoms, Benin.
But this was no ordinary kingdom. To understand the mystery of the sacred king, we must journey to the powerful kingdom of Benin. For centuries, Benin stood as one of Africa's most sophisticated civilizations. Its rulers, known as the Obas, commanded enormous respect. Their influence stretched across trade routes, cities, and generations.
Its borders, earning admiration from travelers who witnessed its greatness.
Every morning, the kingdom came alive. Markets buzzed with activity. Skilled craftsmen shaped remarkable works of art, and throughout the city, the presence of the Oba, a profound sense of peace, could be felt in every corner of the kingdom. The Oba was far more than a political ruler. Many people viewed him as the spiritual heart of the kingdom. His words shaped the future, the living to the traditions of their ancestors. When the Oba entered the royal court, respect filled the air. Chiefs, elders, and attendants understood the weight of the moment. To them, the throne
represented centuries of tradition, authority, and continuity.
At the center of Benin stood a vast royal palace. Visitors spoke of its size, organization, and beauty. Within its walls lived royal chiefs, advisors,
Craftsmen, warriors, and attendants. The palace was the beating heart of the kingdom.
Beyond the palace gates lay a world few outsiders ever witnessed. Corridors stretched through courtyards filled with chiefs, guards, and royal attendants. Benin became famous for extraordinary artists. They created detailed bronze plaques and sculptures that amazed the world. These masterpieces recorded history, celebrated rulers, and preserved the kingdom's legacy.
These artists were more than craftsmen, they were historians. Through bronze and metal, they preserved the stories of kings, warriors, ceremonies, and
generations yet to come. Their masterpieces would survive long after the people who created them were gone. The markets of Benin were alive with activity. Merchants traded fabrics, ivory, bronze works, and valuable goods from distant lands. Every transaction strengthened the kingdom. Benin was not only a center of power, but also a thriving center of commerce and culture. The kingdom's strength was protected by disciplined warriors. They defended Benin's borders and maintained order. Their loyalty to the Oba helped preserve stability throughout the kingdom. Protecting the kingdom were elite warriors sworn to defend the Oba and the royal palace. Their discipline was respected throughout the land. Day and night, they stood watch over the heart of Benin, ensuring that the kingdom's power and traditions remained secure for future generations. No king ruled alone. The Oba relied on trusted chiefs and advisors. Together, they managed trade, justice, diplomacy, and the affairs of the kingdom.
Decisions were rarely made alone. Within the court, chiefs gathered. They considered trade and security. Benin continued to grow.
Travelers who visited Benin described impressive roads, organized government, and remarkable craftsmanship. The kingdom became one of Africa's great centers of culture and power. The strength of Benin was not built by one person alone. Chiefs, warriors, craftsmen, traders, and elders all played their part. Together, they helped create a kingdom known for its
Across generations, their efforts shaped one of Africa's greatest civilizations. But the kingdom would eventually face its greatest challenge. In 1897, British forces launched an invasion of Benin. The city was attacked. The royal palace was looted. Thousands of priceless treasures were taken away. For generations, Benin had stood as one of Africa's greatest kingdoms. But in 1897, a turning point. The city faced destruction, and many treasures were taken away. Yet even in this difficult moment, the spirit and legacy of Benin endured. Its history would continue to inspire future generations.
The invasion marked the end of an era. A kingdom that had flourished for centuries was forever changed. Yet its spirit could not be erased.
Though the palace fell, the story of Benin did not end. Its art, culture, and achievements survived the centuries. Today, the legacy is to inspire people across Africa and around the world. Great kingdoms may face hardship, but true greatness is never forgotten. Though centuries have passed, the legacy of Benin still speaks through its masterpieces and continues to inspire new generations. The invasion marked the end of an era. A kingdom that had flourished for centuries was forever changed, yet its spirit could not be erased. Even today, the legacy of Benin lives on. Its art remains admired around the world, its traditions continue through the Oba institution, and its history remains a source of pride. Today, the treasures of Benin continue to tell their story. Through museums, education, and cultural preservation, new generations are rediscovering the greatness of. Today, the treasures of Benin continue to tell their story. Through museums, education, and cultural preservation, generations are rediscovering the greatness of one of Africa's remarkable kingdoms.
Witness the story of a legacy, written in gold and carved in stone. A kingdom that echoes through time, greatness that stands forever.
The sacred king was never simply a man. He was a symbol of authority, tradition, and identity. And though centuries have passed, the story of Africa's sacred ruler.
The legacy of these sacred rulers continues to echo through history.
Empires may rise and fall, palaces may fade, but true greatness leaves a mark that time cannot erase. The Kingdom of Benin was more than a city of walls and.
It was a civilization of artists, leaders, builders, and visionaries. They live on in the people who remember them.
One final question. Which was Benin's greatest achievement? Its mighty Obas? Its world-famous bronze masterpieces? Or the massive city that amazed foreign visitors centuries ago? Tell us your answer in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe to Echoes of Africa for more incredible African stories that deserve to be remembered.